Jewelry design is a life lived with wearable art. My name is Warren Feld, and I am here to share some of my life experiences and insights with you about beading and jewelry making. In this class, I teach a non-traditional pearl knotting technique, which is very easy for people to learn and do, does not use special tools, includes step-by-step instructions, simple way to tie the knots, shows clearly how to attach your clasp and finish off your cords, and achieves that architectural perfection we want in our pearl strung pieces. A pearl knotted necklace is timeless, sophisticated, architecturally perfect, and steeped in centuries-old traditions. Yet how best to make a pearl knotted necklace is constantly debated. What are the preferred and correct techniques for tying knots, or attaching the clasp, or finishing off the cord ends? There are many variations in technique. They all work, yet most are very difficult for the beginner, especially those traditional techniques which rely on tools for making and positioning the knots. Over the years, in fact, I've seen many students give up, frustrated. They try to follow a more traditional pearl knotting technique and find that they cannot tie the knots, cannot make good knots, or cannot get the knots close enough to the beads. And students find that they are often left out in the dark about how to attach the clasp. Most books and online tutorials go into great detail about hand knotting, but skip over or give very little information about how best to attach your piece to the clasp. There are wide differences in opinion about how to finish off your cords at the end after you've attached the clasp. Over the years, I've seen how students, when following traditional pearl knotting methods, or methods which utilize some more traditional techniques and approaches, become dissatisfied with their results and give up. Pearl knotting doesn't need to be this hard. After many years, enduring many concerns, debates, demonstrations, and arguments about which way is best, I came up with my own preferences, using ideas, goals, and parts of techniques from several established methods, adjusting them based on my experiences with students and teachers and my knowledge of good design and how to balance artistic concerns with functional ones. And I began teaching pearl knotting using these ideas and techniques in a way which I will call Warren's Way. In this video, we'll be covering several topics. We'll be going over some information about pearls. We will discuss some things about hand knotting. I want to point out some of the differences between traditional and non-traditional pearl knotting techniques, particularly in terms of the kinds of choices which need to be made. Then we'll go over some step-by-step instructions for the basic pearl knotting technique. First, we'll discuss selecting and testing sizes of bead cord. And then we'll follow some how-to steps for 4 pearl knotting variations, including variation number 1, attaching directly to the clasp, variation number 2, using French wire bullion, variation number 3, using clamshell bead tips, and variation number 4, making a continuous necklace without a clasp. We'll discuss what happens when you run out of cord and need to add more. I want to go over some things about caring for your pearls and provide a few notes about restringing pearls, and then I offer some final words of advice. There's also a downloadable handout that comes with this video. The supplies you will need to have on hand include 1 strand of Swarovski crystal pearls, size 8mm, 1 card of Griffin silk bead cord, size number 5, 2 twist wire needles, size of fine, 1 pearl clasp, 2 clamshell bead tips, 1.5 inches of French wire bullion in a medium size, 2 11-0 seed beads, GS Hypo fabric cement, a U-pin or a T-pin, a work pad into which you can stick the pin, an awl or narrow tweezers, a chain nose pliers, a flush cutters, a scissors, a ruler, a bead board, a necklace sizing cone, and pen and paper.